Hello there guys, my name is Patricia. You are over here on the break and I hope you are doing well. Today I wanted to get into it. No, I didn't want to feel like I was whipping you into shape, but I wanted to tell you it's time to be a little bit more productive. And I'm sure we can all look at ourselves and say, you know what? I've been wasting time. You know what? I didn't need to watch another episode of Selling Sunset. Do you know what? I needed to stop eating those cookies and I needed to get some work done, but I didn't. We've all been there. We all have these lists of things that we want to do and we just don't do that. And we're asking ourselves, how can I be more productive? Why don't I have enough time? More than likely, it's because you're really not approaching getting stuff done with a mindset of, do you know what? I need to get it done. I can keep it really real with you. Being productive and managing time is not easy. Why do they make it out like it's easy? Like it's hard. I feel like you need a degree in being a bit more productive because by nature, I don't think most people want to be productive and need some guidance around it. Don't worry, it's not your fault. We all do this. So today I wanted to do a video on how to manage your time and be more productive. And inevitably that means earn more money, right? That means be rich and successful because you've been productive, you've managed your time effectively. So let's get into this video. So I recently bought an iPad. I bought an iPad because I wanted to be done and dusted with the thousands of notebooks that I have absolutely everywhere. If I could scribble on the ceiling, I'd scribble on the ceiling if I could, okay? If I could scribble on the floor, I would do it. I was writing everything everywhere. And I know the power of writing things down. Write the vision down, make it plain that he may run with it, okay? I cannot lie, writing things down is a really good way to be productive because if you think that your brain can handle it all, you're lying to yourself. Your brain cannot handle everything. It's kind of like having a computer and every single tab is open. What happens to that computer? That computer starts freezing, glitching, twitching, and switching off inevitably. It's not possible to hold all that information in your brain, all the things that you need to do, all the projects you want to work on, and it's not a productive thing. Getting it out onto a piece of paper, onto good notes, onto an iPad, onto whatever you want to use is the first thing I think is really important to be productive. I live and die by a planner and a schedule and writing notes down, and I think it's really essential. If you're not someone who hasn't learned to write things down effectively, just click off this video, get a notepad, and then come back. You can do more by doing less. I know this sounds really counterintuitive, but trust me, I talked about the brain being like a computer that's crashing when there's too much information, but the same happens for our lives when there is far too much to do. I have experienced this firsthand. When I've got multiple client projects, when I've got children who need help, when I've got 10,000 things to do, I literally end up doing nothing. There are times where I've got so much on that I just want to tuck myself away, put a blanket over my head and not do anything. And I end up finding that when I've got such an extreme amount of work to do, I just don't get anything done. I'm never as productive as when I'm really, really focused on a few key things. If you've written it down and your to-do list or your main brainstorm list is filled to the brim, it's time to turn the page over. So what I do a lot, I turn the page over and I try and approach 3 key things that I can achieve in a day or in a week. It's not that deep to try and do it all. You can't do it all, especially not all at once. You can get it all done inevitably over time, but you want to approach things in a much smaller, achievable manner. And there's this concept called decision fatigue, and this is where you literally can't make so many decisions. Our brains just don't have the capacity, particularly good decisions. So what you want to do is reduce the amount of things you're trying to do all at once. The amount of mental energy it takes to do 10,000 things is too much for you to be able to do 10,000 things well. So what I like to do is I create my daily list of 3 key things, and sometimes I do 1 key thing that I want to do. Like today is a Saturday, I've scheduled today to just do videos. I'm not doing anything else. Don't tell me I'm not doing anything else. I'm just going to do videos today. oh, feels nice. It almost feels relieving to not think about those other things. They can be approached at a different time. Leading on from that, there is the concept of building a house brick by brick. You cannot put a roof on before you've laid the right foundations. And it's similar to the idea of doing less, and that allows you to do more. But in reality, it's about approaching things in a bite-sized manner. Again, trying to achieve everything all at once is really impossible. However, if you can break down a concept or a vision or an idea into little actionable steps or a brick, you're more than likely to be able to build that house at the end of the day. And it could take a year, it could take 2 years, but it's better than not doing anything at all. So there might be a bodybuilder who wants to, win bodybuilding champion of the year. He's not thinking about just being a champion. He's thinking, okay, today's legs day, need to work on these cankles of mine, right? And then he'll work on the legs on that day. And then he might work on the pecs the other day. Is it called pecs? I don't even know. Clearly I don't exercise. So there might be an author. They might want to write the most amazing book that is going to sell billions of books or whatever, be the next J.K. Rowling or whatever. But they have to come up with a character first. You've got to come up with what's character one's name. You can't think about the big book you're going to sell without thinking about the little things that you need to do now. Someone might say, I really want to buy this mansion. I really want to get this amazing house. I need £50,000, but you haven't got 2 pennies to rub together today. So what you want to think about is, right, today I'm going to do 3 extra hours at work to make more money. It doesn't matter what the overall vision is. What you need to think about are the little habits that you're going to be able to do on a daily basis to allow you to get there. And that is the definition of being a bit more productive, because productivity is realistically about getting you to an overall goal that you want to achieve. So this is a specific productivity and time management aspect. And I'm going to share with you more about how I manage my schedule, manage my time, but you need to know how long it actually takes to do a thing. How long does it take you to write an entire page? How long does it take you to study? How long does it take you for me to film a video? How long does a meeting take? Some of us are trying to do all these things all at the same time, and we don't even know how long it takes, and we wonder why we haven't got anything done. And I literally time myself to do. And I love it. I do this thing where I set a fake deadline, oh my God, I gotta get it done within the next 45 minutes. So I try and turn everything off. I put my timer on, listen. And I love this sound, and I sit down and I work on a project or something that I need to achieve, and I try and do it completely and utterly focused to give myself an idea on how long something actually takes me to do. I think a lot of the time we can underestimate how long a task might take. So that could be cleaning or doing work or finishing essay. We assume, we'll get it done in an hour. It might take 2 hours, it might take 1 hour and 45, but it's a good idea to get an idea of how long a task takes you to do so that you can actually start doing it and planning your day effectively. So once you know how long a thing takes to do, you can then time box your day. And I love to time box my day. My calendar is my boo-boo. My calendar is my best friend, and I've really got used to scheduling what I do and when I do it. One, so that I can communicate to other people what I'm doing, but also so that I know what I'm doing and I know how I want to design my day and design my life. And actually, if you want to see a video on that, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. If you plan beforehand, you put the time in beforehand, you kind of feel like, right, well, I know that this is what I'm doing and I'm going to get it done. Time boxing and using a calendar or even just using a clock is a really effective way to be far more productive. Now, it's all fine and dandy to have all these tools and resources to be more productive, but it's up to you to execute. And I think it's very, very difficult to execute and actually take action in the world we live in today when there are so many fucking distractions. There are so many distractions. It's really hard to get stuff done if your phone is going off, if there's breaking news, if Donald Trump is doing something over there and you're like, what kind of mess is going on right about now? It's really hard to be productive. And so you've got to switch everything off. You've got to be committed. You've got to tell people around you that I'm working on this thing. If you need to go to a library where there's no internet, go to a library. I actually have a timer attached to the plugs at home to the Wi-Fi box. And this is so that that timer goes off at a certain time so that internet cuts off. I also use apps such as Freedom app and website blocker, and it means that whenever even I automatically try to sign into particular websites, it blocks me and it goes, no you can't, not today, no way Jose. It comes up and it just kind of takes me out of the mode of distraction and gets me back into work mode. No one's gonna baby you. You've got to take control and you've got to say, no, I'm switching everything off and I'm committed to produce what I say I want to produce, because at the end of the day, it's the thing that's going to allow you to achieve the dream or the thing that you want to do. So you have to take control, you have to take action, and you have to block out the entire noise. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video on how to be a bit more productive. I'm not a pro. These are some of the tips and tools that I am trying to use in my life to be more productive. I need to remind myself, and the times where I'm sitting down watching the shows, no, Patricia, it's time to be productive. Switch it all off, get doing what you want to do. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and in the meantime, I will catch you all later. Bye.